Hello, my name's Rebecca Dawn, and I'm from Westport, Ontario, Canada. So last year I won the Innova Rip, which took place here. It's going to be a little different because last year we played 3 rounds here at Haute Goat, but this year we're playing 3 different courses. So I'm in some way defending my title, but I'm so excited. I mean, it's so good to be back home, kind of see the home crowd again, and just kind of represent Canada at Canadian Nationals is just such an amazing thing to do, and I'm so excited for this weekend, and I'm excited to see how it goes. We have a pretty good FPO field this year, which is going to make it super interesting, and I think it's going to be a blast. This year, I'm a rookie on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and right now at this point, I'm leading the Rookie of the Year standings, which is super cool. Going into this year, I knew it could be a possibility, but at this point, seeing the lead is pretty strong. So I'm super excited to try to close out the season strong and hopefully claim that title of Rookie of the Year. But yeah, we'll see. But so far, it's going pretty well. I think a winning score for this weekend is going to be, I'm going to put my guess in at like -12. I think P15 is going to be pretty scoreable, and finishing off here at Haute Goat, anything can happen, but I feel like a good score at Haute Goat could be 4 down or 5 down. And then Newcastle, probably, if you stay clean, it can be like 5 down, I would say. So I'm just going to put in my guess at around 12 down, I'm guessing. So this weekend I'm playing the Canadian Championships, and then next weekend I'm going to go down to Vermont and play the Green Mountain Championships, and that's the start of the playoff events for the Pro Tour. So I'll play Green Mountain Championships, and then we'll go down to Massachusetts for Maple Hill, and then after that go down to USDGC in South Carolina, and then depending on the performance there, I will see if I'll make the Disc Golf Pro Tour championships. So we'll see how it goes. I think this year, as my rookie season on tour, going into it, the first few events, I had 0 expectations on how I was going to play. And I mean, being from Canada, we don't get a lot of practice in the winter unless you're out in the snow. So the first few events was, I had no clue how it was going to go. And after the first 2, I placed pretty well. I was super happy with it, and then I kind of had a breakout in Open at Austin. I got on chase card in round 2, and I think that just really gave me confidence and showed that this is possible, that I can do well. And then after that, going to Oregon and going on a stretch of 3 events in June, I started finishing in the top 20 each time, and I'm kind of going along that streak still. I got a few top 5 finishes, and it's been like just the perfect rookie season, I think. I've been improving, I feel like, in every event, and how I've been playing is pretty cool to see the improvement that I've had over a year. Like in the last ratings update, I saw I moved up to 957, and looking at last year, I was 899 rated at this time. So going up a lot of points in just 1 year is super cool to see the progress, and it just shows how hard work is paying off. And yeah, I mean, it couldn't have been a better season so far. I think being on tour and having like Chantel and Sofia there as well, I think it's a super cool kind of team dynamic where, yeah, it's an individual sport, but we're all coming from the same country and representing Canada, which I think it's just a super cool kind of dynamic between all of us. It's like, yeah, we're all competing individually, but we're all representing the same country, and we have the same home crowds that are cheering us on, and I think that leaves a special dynamic between all of us that I really love. And I think it's super cool that we can all come back and play the Canadian Championships together. And yeah, I think just representing this country is such a cool thing to do. And especially when there's only 3 of us on tour, it's a smaller thing than like the US. Mainly everyone on tour is American. Got some Europeans in there, but I love the 3 of us out there representing this country. So being a rookie this year has been a very awesome experience, but also a lot of work. Just because every tour stop I'm learning the course is brand new. I've seen them on the Disc Golf Network, but it's a lot different when you get there in person and you practice all those courses. So it's been awesome because I have a few friends on tour that are also rookies, so we get to go to the courses together, kind of figure it out, and having friends that have been on tour for a few years helps out a lot as well. But yeah, being rookies, it can be pretty exhausting because you want to make sure that you're prepared on the course. So getting at least 3 practice rounds in a week before the event, I usually get 3 in to make me feel comfortable, but I mean, it's so cool to have watched the events for the past few years and then actually go to them in person and compete. It's such a cool experience. Thank you, Innova and Innova Canada for supporting me, and then also Pound Disc Golf for the amazing bag. Love the customization, and it feels so good. And yeah, just thank you for all my family, friends, and kind of Canada who's supporting me, cheering me on, and yeah, you guys are the best.
Hey y'all, I am Jaden Ry from Murphy, Texas. This technically is not my rookie season. I have kind of jumped out on the road here and there. I hit a couple events last year, I think maybe 8 or 9, as well as probably 6 the year before. So technically this isn't my rookie season, but this is my first year out on the road, kind of full-time-ish after I graduated college this past spring. It's been honestly super cool just to kind of see a lot of my recent success kind of pop up, mostly in the on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, getting a lot of top 15s, getting a 8th place in Estonia at a major was huge. I've been putting a lot of work into this sport, and like I said, ever since graduating college, this has become my full-time job, and just to kind of see all my hard work kind of coming out on the course and in the scores has been incredible, and definitely just like a solidifying factor just to basically remind myself that I belong out here and can compete with all these guys. I don't think as of right now, I don't feel really any pressure to get out here and perform, being the highest rated player in the field. I'm just kind of soaking in the moment and ready just to kind of roll with whatever is getting thrown at me. This is my first time in Canada, first time playing these courses. I've played 2 of the courses so far, about to play the other one. And I'm just going to go out there, have a good time, play my golf, and, see what happens. A couple of the good scores that I think on Cedar Creek are probably going to be, I think, anything double digits. I think you can definitely see somebody go hot and go real low, maybe get to 12 or 13 even. Same with P15. I think both those courses are very scoreable, but at the same time, it's very easy to kind of get caught up in some of the OBs, some of the tricky shot shapes, and if you let a couple of those things get to you, then you could easily shoot a 2 or 3 down and kind of just get left behind because the other courses, or like the other people in the field, could just kind of start running away with it. But yeah, I think it's going to be very hot shooting all around this weekend for sure. So far, Canada has treated me so well. The Don family has let me stay with them for 2 days at their property. And so I got to kind of experience the life of a Canadian for a little bit, and then drove out here yesterday to get some practice rounds in, and it's just been amazing. So it's a very cool, different atmosphere to be able to see and take in. And it's just a blessing to be able to be out here and to be able to play disc golf for a living and play in a different country. It's sick. So a couple goals for this weekend, like I said, mainly is just to go out, enjoy myself, have fun. It's an off week 8 here from the Pro Tour, and so I'm not trying to put a whole lot of stress on me, but at the same time, I still want to compete. I'm a competitor, and I love playing tournaments, which is why I'm out here. And so I'm just going to go out, have a good time, give all the glory to God in the end. And, if I come out on top, then great. If not, then I'm going to have keep a good headspace about it. And just, like I said, enjoy myself out here being in Canada for the first time. But then, the mindset's kind of the same for the rest of the year on the Pro Tour. Just go out, have a good time. I've been playing solid ever since I jumped on the road this summer, and so I'm just trying to kind of keep that good play up. And if I can put together a couple good events at the 2 playoff events coming up, maybe squeeze into the Pro Tour Championships, we'll see. But yeah, it's just going to be fun, soaking it all up. And yes, first year kind of hitting these late events. So I'm just enjoying every second of it. Thank you to all my sponsors, Meridian Discs, Armory Disc Golf, and Hooligan Disc Golf. And thank you to my parents. Y'all are my biggest sponsors, so appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
My name's Alexis Kerman, and I'm from Columbia, Missouri. I've never been up to Canada to play disc golf. I was supposed to come out to Hope last year, but never made it for the Innova Rip. But I think the courses this year are all three unique to each other. And so, you know, I guess in some ways you could say they complement one another, Hope being that championship level course. And then you've got Project 15, which is, you know, it was like, I did not know how to describe it. It was like the prairie lands of the deserts of Canada or something is the vibe I get out there. There's no OB, so theoretically it's a pretty easy course, but there's a lot of different types of danger, like very thick rough, and the limestone rock all over the course. Also, it's actually slightly longer than Hope Goat by like 100 feet. It's like not much longer, but that was interesting. So the terrain is very different, being just wide open, big fairways, but like very rocky and uneven terrain. And then we've got Newcastle, which is interesting, very fun to play. I'm interested to see how it plays in tournament format and just play with the type of course it is, being very short, very, very technically wooded on a lot of those shots. So I think that's so hard because I don't know what people will do at Newcastle. I know I've talked with a couple FPO and I'm like, okay, like, are we going to be scoring or are we going to be like famine out there, starving out there because of so many trees? But I really think in like the at least 20 under par total, I think, across 3 rounds. I mean, just like if you are feasting at Newcastle, you could go 10 down out there. There's 10 birdies for sure, but you might balance those out with bogeys. Hope Goat is harder, but yeah, I'd say 18 plus down. Let's go with that. 18 plus down. Yeah, sure. I'm one of the directors, specifically like, we don't really have titles, but we have titles. But I'm director over compliance and communication. But I really just run the entire organization of college disc golf, along with Chad Sullivan and then Jonathan Poole. Chad Sullivan and I working most closely together throughout the entire year to plan, organize, and prepare for the college disc golf season. So our conference events, our regional events, and then of course all culminating for the national championships in April at Rock Hill, South Carolina. And so I do like everything. If you contact or you look up college disc golf, you're going to find me. You're going to talk to me. So I'm just that person, the face out there helping like decisions in the background, helping answer questions in the forefront, getting all of our programs, new programs registered, memberships process, roster verification for every part of it. So just kind of everything is what I say.
Sure.
Yeah, so my first time playing, I'm actually Canadian. So I was adopted, and my dad is Canadian and United Kingdom citizen, so we are those two. So I visited Western Canada a ton, but I've never visited Ontario. Canada's beautiful. I like that it's so close to American culture. I went to Finland this year, and it was just so different, like driving around and figuring everything out. But I always think I love coming to Canada. I've never, like I said, never been to this side, but it's beautiful. I love Hope Goat here, where we're at right now, is gorgeous. So it's been fun getting to explore the different disc golf courses here. I'm very excited to be here. Thanks to all my sponsors, Discraft, Ledgestone, Scorpion Disc, Drive Bags, and Chains or Die for all their support this season. So I'm very blessed to have made it up to the Canadian National Championships this season, and looking forward to seeing how we all play on the courses.
Hi, my name is Charles Blanchett. I'm from Drummondville, Quebec. I've played it once, and I've come here a week in advance to practice those courses, and very, very fun courses. All 3 courses are all different. They all got something with them. I really like them, especially P15. I would say it's my favorite course over here. Yeah, I think the winning score would be 18 under, if I have to take a guess. I do have a YouTube channel. It's Charles Blanchett. I do vlogs, especially in French. So I don't know if all English players can understand it, but yeah, I do vlogs. I mostly do tournaments in my area. I try to go to the northern states too, and especially big events like this one, I do enjoy playing. I feel like I'm really gonna like this event. It's real fun courses. Can't wait to see everything that's set up behind it to make this event more of an event disc golf. J'aimerais remercier tous mes sponsors, Mendo Disc Golf, Flexon Disc Golf, et merci à tous les compétitionneurs de venir. Ça va être une super fin de semaine.
My name is Daryl Bankus, and I'm the event director for the Canadian Disc Golf Championships this year, and I'm also the course manager here at Oak Goat. We started planning for the Canadian Championships last year, right after the Innova RIP, when we were approached and asked if we could host it in this community, since we're lucky enough to have 4 great private play-to-pay courses, or pay-to-play courses, rather. And so we stepped up and decided to do it. It's been great working with 4 private property owners, because they're just going to be proud and working hard to make their course perfect. So that takes a whole bunch of the trouble off the table. And other than that, once everyone knew we were going to be bringing these 4 courses in, it was pretty easy to get a lot of people signed up and registered for the event. This is close to the largest Canadian event ever. I think there's probably been 1 or 2 that have had more people at it. But over one weekend, when we have close to 500 players coming out, it's a big event. This has been really exciting to pull this together. I'm lucky enough. I work for Innova Disc Golf, and part of my work is hosting big tournaments and helping other events get run. So it's been a real point of pride to be able to help Canada's disc golf scene out by creating such a nice big event this year. We've really tried hard to make it happen and make it special and different. Maybe different's not quite the right word, but lots going on, lots of extra fun things for people, and I think everyone's going to be pretty happy by the end of the weekend. The FPO and MPO players are playing slightly different course layouts over the weekend at the different properties. For the MPO, I'd be impressed if the total below par score for 3 rounds was around -20, maybe -22. I think Oak Goat's going to be tough to get too much below par, but Project 15 has the potential to get some good scores, and Cedar Creek, I'm not a really good judge on that one. I haven't played the longs there and can't quite figure it out, but we're kind of guessing around that number. And for the FPO players, they're playing Newcastle, Oak Goat, and Project 15. Again, we have different layouts for them, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're around -18, -22 for the winners, leaders of the whole event. This weekend, we're really hoping that yes, we're going to crown some victors of 23 divisions, I think. I think that's about right. I think we got about 66 trophies or something like that made. So yeah, that's great. But the fact is, we don't need 500 people to crown the victors in those divisions. I'm hoping we have 500 people that kind of come to town, have a great time all weekend, realize that disc golf is growing and we're getting it bigger in Canada, and it's things like this that are going to just make it better down the road. I think it's really important to, remember this type of big event requires a ton of sponsors to get involved, and we have them for this one. I mean, obviously, Innova Disc Golf is our title sponsor, and they've provided us with the USDGC spots, the Throw Pink Women's Disc Golf Championship spots. The mobile ops vehicle has come up for the weekend and is going to be selling stuff. That's Anthony, people that know him. That's a great asset to add. And they've simply just invested in this tournament because Innova's fully invested in Canada now that we have a big corporate entity in Canada based on the West Coast out of Innova Canada, and we're here to service Canada and keep disc golf growing for a while. So I think it's that's it, but it's also taken a ton of other modest to middle scale sponsors to make this happen. A big event like this is expensive to run and needs a lot of people supporting it.
My name is Taylor Chosk, and I'm from Eugene, Oregon. Yeah, I basically just jumped in the deep end going on the pro tour. It's definitely been more challenging than I thought, but I've been learning so much. I think this is probably the best way I could have started learning everything and figuring out how to play these hard courses and everything. So, yeah. It's been fun. Obviously, I'm having to learn each course as it's popping up each week, so I think that's something the veterans, they don't take it for granted, but it's definitely an advantage to be able to come in and kind of know your shots and the different holes and things. So that's probably been the toughest part. Yeah, there's a lot of good rookies this year, so just being in the mix, I'm happy with. I guess the goals for me is just to throw like a good shot each time, and that leads to good finishes, and that leads to being in the top rookie standings. But looking at it from a distance, that was never the goal. Yeah, I came last year. To Canadian Nationals in BC. Okay. Yeah. So I've played, this will be my 4th Canadian tournament. No, this is my first time in Ontario. It's been awesome. I'm staying out at Cedar Creek with the family out there, and they've been awesome hosts. And this is my first time out at Hot Goat, and it's pretty amazing already, even though I haven't tried the course. Well, since I haven't seen this course, I'm not sure. I think anywhere from 5 to 6 down each day will probably win it, I would assume. I think it's going to come down to whoever's putting the best on that shorter course that we have, and then whoever's just staying in the fairways on the longer courses. Well, I'm hoping to get onto lead card and get to play with Sophia and Rebecca and, play with the people who are shooting well out here and put myself in the mix for the win. Rest of this year, just place as well as I can with the championships coming up and hopefully take down another distance competition at USDGC.
My name's Paige Pierce, and I'm from Pensacola, Florida. Yeah, last year I was able to at least be on site for the final day and kind of get the vibe of, this whole farm and community kind of, they're getting the cow's milk and serving it in the cafe, and everybody on site's just so happy. So I'm excited this year to play the event and actually get to see the course. I'm about to go play my first practice round and finally get a look at the course. So I got to see people throwing massive shots off hole 1, and I'm excited to go do so myself. Nope, I haven't played any of these courses, so I have no idea what it's going to take, but kind of the same as any other tournament. Just get as many birdies as you can and stay on the fairways. Kind of goes for any tournament, really. Not as much as these kind of events, the regional tournaments. I know I guess you wouldn't even call it regional this year. It's Canadian Nationals, right? So sometimes I feel pressure. I don't think I can really control when it happens. I think more so like if I'm defending a title or, it's just, I don't know. It's kind of like nerves. You can't tell when it's coming or going, but we'll see on hole 1. So I've been competing at Canadian Nationals for a long time. Like my first year coming to Canada was in 2010, I think. So before I even really went on tour. And it's just always been so welcoming. And even though there are fewer players, that everyone's just so happy to see you. And this weekend we have 500 players in the event. So there's no shortage of players at this event. But as far as coming off tour and coming here, it's right on the way to Vermont, and it's a place that I don't usually get to go. So if it's on the way, that's one plus, but also if it's like a new experience for me, that's going to add to it big time. So I'm excited to come play 3 new courses and to get to know people in the disc golf community that I don't usually interact with. Every tournament I play, I'm trying to win. That's the whole reason to play a tournament. So I'd like to win. As far as do I expect it? No, I don't really expect anything. So I hope I win. But really just trying to get as many birdies as possible and see where that puts me. Yeah, I'd like to just thank my sponsors, Discraft, OTB, Grip Equipment, and Bag Boy for supporting me and allowing me to come to places like beautiful Canada and playing in the Canadian National Championships.
My name's Connor O'Reilly. I'm from Austin, Texas. Yeah, this will be my third year in a row coming to Canada for a tournament. I played in PEI 2 years ago. Last season played here at the RIP at the Oat Goat, and coming back for my third time now. So excited to be back here at the Oat Goat today for another practice round. And yeah, had a great time here last year, so it's always been good in Canada. I forget the exact placement, somewhere in the top 10, but I got my USDGC spot here last season, and I'm actually back looking for the same thing again, so trying to make the magic happen. Haven't seen the changes on the course, but I think anytime you're playing in the MPO field, you're gonna need to be around that double-digit mark to be towards the hot rounds. There's enough good players. I think the scoring separation will differ based on the courses, but I think we're looking at being somewhere in that like 8 to 12 down range if you want to feel really good about like being in command of the round, I'd say. I don't know. I don't have enough intimacy with these courses to feel great about my kind of outcome, but I think, or like my guess on this, but I'd say like if you're in the 25 to 30 down range, you probably are going to have a good chance to win this one. Yeah, just go focus, and I have the skill set to win any tournament I play when I can put my mind to it. And so for me, it's just about if I can go stay locked in and focused on each shot, and that's kind of the cliche goal for every tournament, because I know like that's kind of where the magic starts. I'm feeling good coming into the weekend. I've played decent in Canada so far, and I feel like recently I've been kind of raising the floor of my game a little bit. I feel like my not so good rounds have been pretty steady recently, and I feel like I'm kind of on the verge of taking that next step of playing a little bit more consistent and kind of scratching the ceiling a little bit. I'd just like to say thanks to all the Canadians for always being so kind and welcoming to us U.S. players, and I hope to keep coming back to Canada for a long time.
We'll just start off with the easy one. What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Shinteladinsky, and I'm from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. It's been really exciting having other Canadians on tour. You get to kind of verse them separately, but also root for them as well. So it's been a lot of fun. No, nothing has really changed. Still the same, just trying to play my game, play my best game, and that's about it. I do love the other two courses. This course, it's not my favorite course. I really enjoy Newcastle. That's a really fun, just like you're almost scrambling off the tee. So I have a lot of fun at that one. Project 15 is always a great course to go play. And this one, I still can't figure out some of the holes, but hopefully this year is a little bit better than last year. I always love coming back to Canada to play because I have like an awesome following. We all know each other. It's like a little family reunion every time we get together. So it's always really nice coming back to Canada. I guess my only goal for this weekend is to just play above my rating, feel good about what I'm doing. I don't really care if I win. Maybe that's not the right thing to say, but I just want to play really good for myself. I haven't thought about the winning score. I don't know. It's going to be negative, that's for sure. Probably, I'm saying, I got to think for a second. I'm going to say around -15 is going to be the winning number. I think the best part about coming to play here in Canada is getting to play with my friends. The practice rounds, we have so much fun out here. I think that's honestly the best part about it. Of course, I would like to thank my sponsors, Prodigy Disc, Disc Republic, the Go Towel, and Drive Bags. I wouldn't be here without them.
My name is Kat Johnson. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, so not too far from here. Yeah. Excited. Yeah, I'm kind of like from around this area. I'm very familiar with these courses. I love to play all of them. So I'm just excited and happy that Nationals is out here, kind of nearby my house. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Not a lot of nerves, mostly excitement. I did play at the RIP at Oat Goat last year. I also played the Lake Ontario Open the last 2 years, which we play at Oat Goat, Newcastle, and Cedar Creek, so some of the same courses. So I've had a couple of events here already, some time to practice these courses. So yeah, I'm just happy to be. Yeah, this it feels great. Like this is a big event to be, brought to this area. Definitely has like a sense of prestige to it. I'm just like excited for all the course designers and owners to have this event of this caliber brought out here, and for all the folks from all across Canada to come out and check out these courses, check out this area. That part's kind of the most exciting to me, and then just getting to play like a tournament of this caliber kind of in my backyard is pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. What would a good score be this weekend? I'm thinking, let's see, P15, I think 7 down is doable. Goat's a tough one. I think under par is doable, but I think anywhere close to even is pretty highly rated. So like 1 down at Goat would probably be a good winning score, and then maybe at Newcastle 4 or 5 down. So I'm guessing anywhere between 12 and 15 down, something like that, I think would take it down for sure with the players that are here. My goals are to play clean, to play the best golf that I can, to make all my circle 1 putts. I've been working on my putting this year, and it's coming along good. And just to play above my rating, and if that places me in a good spot overall, then I'm happy with that. But just me versus the courses this weekend, and just have as much fun as possible. Those are kind of my main goals. I'd love to thank my sponsor, Castoplast Mint. Castoplast makes some amazing plastic, and I'm very grateful and honored to rep them. Thank my good pals over at T3, and thank all my ladies back home with the Toronto Women's Disc Golf Club. They're cheering me on, and just all my friends and family who have supported me and cheered me on throughout the season. Thank you all so much. Love you guys.
Yeah, so my name is Brooklyna Krafka. I live in Paris, Ontario, and I am playing in the FJ15 division. Yeah, I really like going to World Juniors this year. It was really awesome. First, for the field events, I played and I won the long drive, which was really exciting. And then when I played, I was doing really well in all of my rounds. I felt very proud of how I played. I ended up going into a playoff for first. I did lose that, but I am still very proud of how I played, and the girl who won really did deserve it and is a really great player. I also did at that very last round ace the first hole, which was very exciting. I got on a video, so it got posted, which was really cool. There was someone also down. It was on a hill, and there was someone at the bottom of the hill videoing, so that also got posted as well. This weekend, my goals are to just play my best. I came out a couple weekends ago in practice, and I did really well, so just to kind of play how I've been playing is kind of my goal. I think a winning score this weekend will be like about -10, maybe -15. I am very excited. I'm very confident in how I've been playing because, again, I did practice these a couple times, and they're very close to where I live, so I've played them quite a bit before. But yeah, I am very excited to play this weekend. Just to thank my sponsor, Latitude. They've been really great. Their discs are amazing. And my family for helping me fundraise and to get here. My dad's caddying. He's over there. But yeah, and all my friends who have supported me through it the whole time.
Hi, I'm Daniel Balma. I'm from Petawawa, Ontario. This is my second appearance at a Canadian Nationals. My first appearance was in Thunder Bay 2 years ago, 2023 Canadian Nationals. I feel like I have a little bit of pressure off coming into this Nationals as opposed to a couple years ago. I've made my way into the MPO division this year, and I know the reality of it is I can't compete at the highest level, so I'm here really just to compete against myself, compete against the courses, and so that's taken a lot of pressure off. So I'm feeling really good, actually. Even par. If I can finish this tournament with a big old E next to my name, that would be really, really good. Shoot above my rating is always something that you want to do, and yeah, I'd say that's a couple of my goals for sure. These courses that we're playing at are the pride and joy of Ontario disc golf, I would say. All 3 courses are very high-level championship-esque courses and challenge you in different ways for sure. I recommend these 3 courses to anybody who makes their way out through here, so I don't think I would have been able to choose 3 better courses to have the Nationals at. Oh, goodness. Good score this weekend. Winning score? I'd be surprised if it's any lower than 25 under. I think maybe that's a little bit generous, but if the right people get on heaters at the right time, I think a 6 down at Cedar Creek, probably a 9 to 10 down at Project 15. Oh goodness, then I'm very wrong. 20 to 25 down, I think is gonna win. Well, I'd like to thank everybody coming out, supporting all the local disc golf. It's awesome to see. We drew in people this year from all over the country, all over the world even, and that's awesome to see. So thanks everybody for coming out and paying into that. Appreciate it. Thanks my sponsor to Daredevil Disc this year, sponsoring me, and keeping my bag full. I greatly appreciate them. Okay. And shout out the Royal Canadian Air Force, as they also kind of chip in here and there. So yeah, shout out to them.
Hi, my name's Sophia Dernik, and I'm from Victoria, British Columbia. Yeah, so disc golf is not my first sport. I competed not professionally, but at a high level in rowing. I did some track and field, and I race bikes now as well. So disc golf is another sport, although it's the first time I've done a sport professionally, and it's been a lot of fun. I have a lot of experience to draw from other sports in terms of consistency, competing, dealing with nerves, and just setting myself up for success. So it's been a lot of fun to apply it to a totally different type of sport than an endurance sport. Disc golf, coming onto the scene pretty quickly has been quite the whirlwind, but it's felt really natural as well. I think the disc golf community is so awesome, and I really enjoy the traveling and the places I get to see and the independence that comes with being a professional in the sport. I think at first, coming third in the Portland Open was a really surreal experience, but I've adapted. I've been on a few Pro Tour events now for the past year, so I've adapted and gotten used to competing at that level, and it's been a lot of fun. And I would say I'm pretty much used to it now. Sometimes the first round can be a little, jittery, but it's been a lot of fun. This is my first week in Ontario as a disc golfer. I've come to Ontario to compete in rowing at national championships and the Henley Royal Regatta and just the Henley Regatta in St. Catharines. And so I've done my fair share of trips here, but this is my first time touching a disc in Ontario and playing the courses here and meeting the community, which I'm super excited to do. So far it's been awesome. I can't remember the names of all the courses I've played, but I've played 2 out of the 3 Nationals courses. Nationals starts tomorrow, so I'm about to play Haut Goat for the first time. Project 15 was really awesome, beautiful fairways, some really sweet par 4s, and then Newcastle was a fun, shorter than I expected course, but with a hint of British Columbia in some of the shorter holes with, the cedar trees. So it's been a good variety of courses, and I'm excited to see this one today. I think Newcastle, you'll definitely want to be getting under par. I think a lot of the FPO can score really well on that course. So just, getting some birdies on that's going to be really important. I think Project 15 is a bit more challenging. I'm not really sure what a good score is going to be on there, but I think the primary goal will be landing in the fairways, and then if you have a chance to get to the basket, you have a good run up or you have a good line to the basket, there's some birdies out there for sure, but I think not trying too hard if you're scrambling to make up distance. So I don't have a score in mind, I never really do, but it would be sweet to attack each course for even or better. So in August, I went to China for the World Games to represent Canada alongside Thomas Gilbert, and that was a really surreal experience to go to Asia. It was my first time on the continent, let alone in China, and it was pretty amazing to be playing disc golf in a park in the middle of a city of 20+ million people. So there's sky rises. I think the largest building in the world by square footage was looming over the course on one side. It was called, I think, the World Shopping Center or something like that, and we went there and explored 2% of it, but the 2% we explored felt like a ginormous mall. So that was I've never been anywhere quite like that for disc golf, and I think it was a once in a lifetime opportunity for sure. I'm not sure if they'll have an event there again. They might. They've made that course permanent, but it was really special to also have this sort of the World Games was not just a disc golf event. It felt more like an Olympic event where there's other countries and other sports being represented as well. Yeah, I mean, we've got some pretty big names. I think my goal for this weekend is to play really well and to have a lot of fun and to meet the community out here. And it would be awesome to defend my national championship title, but that's not my primary goal out here. I think we've got Paige Pierce coming, and Rebecca Dawn has been absolutely shredding out there. So, whether I come first is a little bit out of my control. All I can do is play my best and have fun. it's awesome that we have, some other Canadians on tour like Thomas, Chantel, and Rebecca. I always look for their names on the leaderboards. Whether I'm missing an event or at an event, I'll always check and see how do they do. We're always rooting for each other, which is really nice, especially like if I have a bad round, I'm like, oh yes, at least like Rebecca's up there. She's holding down the fort for Canada. So I really think of it as sort of a team. We're out there to make Canada look good and put Canada on the map for disc golf. I'd like to give a shout out to the BC disc golf community for, always supporting me, and then the rest of Canada for also supporting me and, welcoming me onto the East Coast. It's been really awesome so far. And I'd like to thank my sponsors, Innova and Pound Disc Golf and Vessi as well.
My name is Thomas Gilbert, and I'm from Toronto, Ontario. It feels pretty good. I mean, it's a huge honor to be defending the Canadian National Championship title. I like these courses a lot. I think it's going to suit my game pretty well. It's going to definitely be a good battle. There's quite a few good American players coming here and a couple of really solid Canadians as well. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be a great event, and it's nice to have people root on me as the defending champ. I think the winning score will hover somewhere around like 30 under par. I think that could be like a little hot because I know double digits every round will be tough. I think it's doable for sure. I mean, Gannon showed last year that this course can be picked apart here at Houtgoat, but I think like anywhere between 25 and 30 will be very solid, but I think you might need to be pushing 30 if you want to win. Just play as well as I can. Like I can play only my game. So as long as I put together a performance that I'm happy with, like I think that's all I can really do, and hopefully that puts me on the on the pedestal again for first place. Yeah, Canadian Nationals means so much to me. I mean, it's probably the most important tournament that I play all year. I think a lot of people would argue that like the World Championships or USCGC might be more important, but to me, as a Canadian representing the country, I think like having this title, this tournament to represent that is one of the most crucial ones that we play all year. So to me, this is a huge deal to come here and support the event and just participate and do as best I can. Help in other ways, like running the distance competition tonight. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And just other little things that like help represent the MPO division for Canada. Oh, the World Games was so cool. It's unlike any event I've ever played. And it was crazy because I played the World Championships the weekend before that. So I probably played, I like to say, the best disc golf tournament in the world at the World Championships, and then the best tournament I've ever played or competition I've ever played with the World Games. It truly felt like unbelievably professional. I felt like an Olympian walking through the city of Chengdu with my like athlete's pass, talking to other best athletes of the world. So it was super, super cool. To like put in perspective, there was a 32 player event and there was 240 volunteers. So it shows how professional they really took that championship. Yeah, I mean, it felt special just in the sense that like, yeah, it's the best of the best athletes of the entire world. So it's like to have the best two players from Canada, the best two players from the United States, the best two players from Estonia, the best players from like all the countries represented. It was so special to be a part of that. Like it really, really felt like an extra step above like any other event I've ever played. I think my goals for this season, just wrapping up, is to just play as well as I can. I mean, I have a couple of big ones, obviously Nationals this weekend. Then I have the Northern Ontario Championship, the USDGC, the Ontario Provincial Championship, and then Twin Stacks. So a bunch of really fun events that I enjoy playing. And yeah, I got a couple titles to defend, got a couple tournaments that I want to play well at. So that's going to be really good. Oh, I mean, it's a huge wind of support at my back. So like just thinking that everyone's out there watching, supporting whenever I play well or pop off, have a hot round at one of the pro tours. Like there's so many messages, so many people that are excited and watching, and I can feel that for sure. So it's such an honor to be able to like play for something even bigger than myself. Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to thank my sponsors. I mean, they give me the funds to be able to actually travel to all these events and play on the tour. I'd like to thank all of my like family and friends for their continuous support. Like it means the world to me to be able to play for them along with myself. And just want to thank everybody who gives me a platform to represent on.